Today, I'm going to address the solution to every limiting belief you have as an artist. Hey creators, Aimon here, and this is where I help you master your creative mindset. Let's get into it. So, quick backstory. I've been producing music for about 11 years, and it was only this year that I started my dream creative music project, Cozy Guy, which is kind of a mixture of bass music, but it's also like pop music, but I'm also like singing over it. It's really cool, and you should check it out because it's nice and dreamy. In fact, you can pause the video and go and check it out now if you want, but you'll be, down a rabbit hole because it's so sick. Okay. But before I got to that project, see, I've been wanting to make that music for 7 years now. And in fact, I have been experimenting with music like that, with singing and doing vocal stuff for that period of time. And I've tried to release stuff and then I've taken it back. And tried to release stuff and I've taken it back. And I've gone through every limiting belief in the book to tell me that I can't do it. So I have a little bit of expertise on the topic. And hopefully I can help you overcome some limiting beliefs as to why you can't do the thing that you want to do. Whether it's starting a creative business, whether it's starting a creative project, whether it's changing your creative project to the one that you actually want to do. Whether it's even finding the thing that you actually want to do, because oftentimes you even hide from the thing that you actually want to do in your brain and you just do other things, which isn't actually the thing you really want to do, which is inside you. It's a burning desire. And so it's tough because you apply these limiting beliefs to yourself, I find, and that's what makes it so hard. But I'm here to tell you, none of these actually exist. And it's a hard concept to wrap your head around. But if you can wrap your head around the fact that limiting beliefs don't exist, and within every belief, there is a limiting belief. And I kind of said this in the other episode the other day, or a few months ago now. Anyway, let's get straight into it. The first one is, it's cringe. And again, hopefully you can identify with all of these limiting beliefs because we're going to go through them. And I want you to step back and have a look at yourself during this because you probably will find that a lot of these you can identify with. And I'll talk about how I related it to my music project, Cozy Guy. It's cringe. That's an obvious one. Who wants to hear me sing? I can't sing. What are you talking about? These are all other limiting beliefs, but it's cringe as in like, when you look back on something that you've done 10 years ago and you go, ooh, that feeling. But then because you're not good at it yet, or you think you're not good at it yet, you're doing that while you're making the thing. So everything is cringe until it's not. And you know what's funny is that if you took Taylor Swift and you took all of her plays and fame away from her, and she released her first song on Spotify, and it's as good as what she's releasing today, but she presented it in a way where she wasn't as confident, and you've never heard of this person before. From her point of view, and actually from a lot of point of views of a lot of other people, it would be very cringe. But that's simply because it hasn't been validated by the market yet. And there's still probably a lot of people out there that listen to Taylor Swift's music right now and think it's cringe now. Okay? It's obviously amazingly produced and everything about it is phenomenal, given that the market has validated it and it's gotten to the point where it is today. But I guarantee you as well, there was a point in her career where she thought that was cringe, what she was doing. And maybe there's even songs from 5 years ago that she looks back at and goes, that's cringe, because she's singing about a specific relationship or whatever it may be. And so on everyone's journey, something is cringe. But as I said, it's cringe until it's not cringe anymore. So you just have to forget about the point that it's cringe at all because you're doing it because you want to do the thing. And all of a sudden one day you're going to be like, this ain't cringe. This is hot. This is hot stuff. And I've released 8 songs now with my Cozy Guy project, or 7, I don't know. And the last one, every single time I listen to it, like I put it in one of my playlists that I listen to. This is embarrassing to admit because I genuinely like the song. And every time I listen to it, I'm like, oh my God, I made this. And it doesn't matter what other people think about it, because I think it's amazing and I'm not cringing about it. There's a couple of songs that I've released that I'm cringing a little bit, but I still think they're sick. And there's probably a lot of people that know me personally. And, I used to produce dubstep and drum and bass and, more like heavy bass music. And I still do that a little bit. But the people that know me and have identified me as one thing and compartmentalized me, put me in a box, see me doing this other thing, they're probably going, oh my God, that's cringe. I have no doubt in my mind there's a lot of people that have listened to my music and be like, can't believe he's doing that. That's so cringe. Has that affected me personally? No, because they're not me and I haven't heard their thoughts, and they would never say anything to me because they're too scared to say anything to me about that. And the reason is because, if somebody is cringing over your thing, it's because there's an element of them that they are actually jealous of. Think about yourself. If you just go out and start singing, that, it's probably people in your family, your close friends, people that don't know you, or people that are associates with you, they go, oh my God, they're so cringe. But they'll never express that to you. And the reason they're saying that is because they're like, oh my God, that person has the confidence to give something a go. And that's awesome. And I wish I could do that. They can't even admit that to themselves. So that's the first limiting belief. And that's a big one. And the second one is I'm scared. Yeah, I was scared for like 7 years again to release this music. And they kind of all weave into each other, these limiting beliefs. I was scared because it's cringe. I was scared because of what other people will think about me. But when you zoom out, and again, it's a hard concept to communicate, but what actually about it are you afraid of? What is the absolute worst case scenario? And we'll use the singing thing as an example. You sing over a song, you make a song, you release a song, and there's a level of self-awareness that you have to have, obviously, when you're making something. And if you don't think it's good enough to release yet and share with the world, or you don't want to share it with the world until you know that you're certain it's amazing, you don't have to do that. And, you could hold back on that until you're ready to, so there is a level of self-awareness in terms of like, I'm scared of what people will think because this music is bad. Well, like if the music is bad, well, then the thoughts of being scared of that potentially are valid. But if you're at the point where you're like, no, this is awesome, and I'm so stoked to put this out, then there's actually nothing to be afraid of. You can't physically be hurt. You can't mentally be hurt. And if, again, somebody says something to you about that, we're like, oh my God, I can't believe you released that music. I've actually had an old associate, we'll call it, or friend, co-worker, who commented on just an Instagram post of me, doing a little singing reel, which I felt cringe doing, but that's just like what artists do these days to like promote their music. And I'm just trying to do whatever I can to promote my music because I like it and I want to put it out there and I want to share it with people because I think there's value in it and I think people can get value out of it from listening to it. So I want to share it, right? And yeah, this old coworker commented on my Instagram post, and like the caption I had was like share it or scrap it, or you release it or scrap it, something like that. And they just posted scrap it. And I know that this person, they start doing art and stuff as well, but they've always been bitter and they've always never wanted to push themselves. And I know that there's an element of they're too scared to do something for themselves. Oh, I'm just going to have a sip of green tea because we've been talking here for a little bit. You like my dragon cup? They're actually too scared to do music for themselves, or they paint, right? To release their paintings for themselves. And they've always told me, nothing's ever going to come of that, right? And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's happening inside you? You're projecting your own limiting beliefs onto me. So again, you can't be physically hurt. You can't be mentally hurt, because if people are actually saying something to you to try and put you down, they're just expressing something that's within inside of themselves. All right. And this is the other thing. The real people will come out of the woodwork. And I've had people come out of the woodwork and say, oh my God, Cozy Guy is amazing. You're amazing. You should keep doing this. This is so good. I can't believe you're doing this. You know what? I've always wanted to sing, but I've always been too scared. And I think it's sick that you're doing this. They literally live through you. All right. Number 3, I can't do it. Yes, you can. And this limiting belief is a tricky one because, again, all limiting beliefs stem from your ego, it's like your mind trying to stop you from doing that thing because it wants to protect you and keep you safe. And that's a beautiful thing. But if you can recognize that and go, hey, bud, I don't need you right now. I'm going to do this thing because I want to do this thing. And I know I think I can't do it, but the only reason I think that is because I haven't tried it enough times to prove that I can actually do it. So again, it comes down to the, you're releasing music and you don't think it's good enough. It's like, maybe it's not, but you're actually trying, right? And the more you try, the better you're going to get at it. And at one point you go, wait, no, I can do this. So again, what I'm trying to do here is reframe limiting beliefs in your mind. And if you can recognize any of these, like, please let me know. And if you have any other limiting beliefs, please let me know as well, because I'm very interested to hear what they are. All right, number 4, I'm not good at it. Again, you're probably not just yet, or you actually are. And this is a tough one because it's like you want validation before you actually release something. So you want to ask your friends or your family or somebody. You can go on Fiverr and get opinions. But at the end of the day, you really have to listen to yourself and how you actually feel about it. You don't need anyone else's opinion. You can ask your close friends about it, sure, for an honest opinion if you have that kind of relationship with your close friends, but be very careful who you do ask about it. Because people, it's a tricky thing, People will change your perception on the matter. And you don't want that all the time. So if you really just sit and think, you know the answer. Are you good at it? Are you not good at it? You know what? Maybe I'm not that good at it just yet, but I'm passionate enough about it. I'm driven enough to keep doing this thing because I find fulfillment in doing the thing, because that's all that matters, not the outcome of the thing, which we chatted about again in another episode. And so I'm going to keep doing it until I am good at the thing. And that's all that matters. Number 5, I think, people are judging me. We kind of chatted about this before. People are always judging you. And that hater that I spoke about before, I'm so grateful to have that hater, because that means you're doing something that makes other people uncomfortable, right? I'm going out of my comfort zone. I'm pushing myself beyond my limiting beliefs to do something that I initially thought was scary, cringe. I couldn't do that. Why would I ever do that? I can't believe I'm putting myself out there singing on music. Who am I? That was not in my past identity ever. But all of a sudden this year, I'm just like, nah, screw everything. I'm doing whatever I want to do. And this is what I want to do. And I don't care what other people think about it. Because guess what, dude? We're going to die. And none of this matters. Sorry to get existential on you, but this is creative philosophy. Okay? And people judging you, again, they're just projecting things onto you. And again, that hater before, that's just them being like, damn, I really wish that I could do that. And so much so, but I believe that I can't do it, so much so that I'm going to do whatever I can to try and bring another person down that is trying to do that, to make me feel better about myself not doing that thing. And you know what? That is cringe. You giving your best shot at creating art, that ain't cringe. You telling someone that they shouldn't create art because you're too scared to make it yourself, that is cringe. And that's a really good frame to operate from when it comes to limiting beliefs. If you push through a limiting belief and then someone else tries to bring you back down, that's on them. And all you can do is feel sorry for them, because they're not trying to live their authentic selves. They're not trying to live their authentic life. They're not trying to unlock their dream creative project, master their creative mindset, as we say. All right, the final one, what's the point? Again, we're getting existential here. What is the point? What's the point of doing everything? What's the point of doing anything? Nothing. There is no point. We're all going to die again, okay? But the point is, if you find fulfillment in doing the thing in the moment and you don't care about the outcome, that is where the value is. I've found, anyway. And again, I maybe got 50 plays on that song. I ain't no famous musician, and I don't care if I never, ever get plays on that music. And I'm not saying this from I don't care, from an ego point of view. I genuinely don't care if nobody ever listens to my music, because I think that song and some of the songs I've released and some of the songs I'm going to release is sick. And I got a lot of fulfillment creating that music. And that is where the value is. And that's all that matters. And also, during that process, I pushed through limiting beliefs, learned more about myself, grew in myself, which is a lot of value for me that other people aren't getting out of that. And people that do listen to it and do get value out of it, that's just the extra sprinkle on top, baby. Oh, that means, hey, my washing's done. Yeah, that's right. I'm a normal person. Okay, I've got washing. I'm not just this YouTube superstar, as you can see. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you got some value out of this. We did get deep and existential. Just crush through them limiting beliefs and just do the thing that you want to do because you can. Okay. I'll see you in the next episode.